Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Through Daybreak part 146. In the previous video we kicked off the final chapter and we had our nice talks with everyone, and the game kind of was like, hey, maybe we're gonna end here, but we're not gonna end here. We still got plenty of stuff to do, ain't that right, gang? Also, Anya, it's kind of appreciate how it like almost seemed like you were about to talk when you did your little idle gasp thing, but it was like you interrupted yourself once I started talking. You know what, Anya? You know, it's plus 10 points for you. Now, is plus 10 points going to be enough to move you up or down the secret proprietary character rankings? I mean, I do know because they're all up in my head, the exact numbers and percentages and decimal points down to the 6th decimal place. They're all locked up, stored up in there. But you know, those will never be revealed. They're a trade secret. Now we can reveal the rankings maybe one day, but the actual numbers associated and what went into building the model, no shot. Meow, woof, meow, woof, meow, woof. You tell him the dog speaks cat? That's whack. And he got himself into the neighborhood kitty clique too. Woof. Well, looks like Mr. Kitty's higher up on the food chain. Everybody's got their gremlins, I guess. Hey, what do you think about the immigrants? Oh, he's not racist! Let's go! Just have to think of something more impactful next time, something more upfront shocking. Better polish my skills for the festival, lest I sully the Big Mum's good name. Good for you, Granny. I'll still well clear that. Wish I could find a darker spot. There's too much light here. Too much light for my dark soul. What? Brother, I'm monologuing. You got a problem? I ain't doing anything wrong, so piss off.
Right.
Or on me. I think I've decided that maybe that's what I'm into.
Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Alright, what have we got here? Burned out lights in the 10th District's High Street, low priority. District 2 is a building with a faulty HVAC. Go figure out to trudge all the way out there. I'll tackle that after lunch. Time of the year is always a mess. All the holidays and celebrations bring in all the jobs. It'd sure be nice if Rebecca would help with festival prep out in the field, but... well, that's a no-go.
Do you know what you want?
A tough guy chronograph. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, partner. You got anything worth trading in around here, around these parts? You know, back in my day, we had stuff to trade in,
I hope
partner.
to see you again. Do you know what you want?
Oh my god, look at all the droplets I could buy. I could buy one. Could increase my strength by +1. By God.
I hope to see you again.
And we really beat some rocks out of Dante's pockets. Now, did I forget the main villain's name 2 videos after he was killed? Yeah, but in my defense, it's been a little bit since he was, you know, lightly murdered. And, well, murder's a strong word. I mean, that was self-defense. That was staying your grand law, ain't that right, buddy? He's kind of boring, so I don't really take too much blame. Kind of dropped by recently. We've got to catch up for a little while. Now that things have finally settled down, she's continuing her studies over at Sylvie's place. I'm glad for her. She really is strong-willed. I'd love to go and visit her, but, I can't. Not outside. I'm such a mess.
Need something fixed?
Any of this new? No? Oh, I don't believe so. I don't believe so there, partner. Pretty sure it's all old shit. Old shit. Who up getting these slots upgraded? You know what, Van? Just because I like it so much. Okay, the slot is unopened. Sorry, wrong menu, my bad. Just because I like you so much, partner.
Come again, if you want.
Do I even have anything to put there? So we can put in a Vade. The hell is this? Oh, crit damage. That's pretty good. How long you had that there, partner? Well, if you have bonus to crit, we'd probably just rather have the 12 crit. Because, I mean, Van, his ass is only dying from an S-Craft, so... She can talk to people when she feels comfortable around them. But when she meets someone for the first time, it's like she's seeing a ghost. I feel you, girl. I'm the exact same way. Except, you know, it's gotta be multiple conversations, like at least a dozen. Kinda such a strong girl. She handles the outside just fine, but then looks at me. What the hell we got going on over here? What type of class we teaching? Who's our teacher today? Is it a guest speaker or is it just, it's a guest speaker? It's you, yeah. I think I remember them saying something about her trying to get roped into doing something. Yo, you got that new newspaper?
Quit dawdling and buy something. Come back soon.
Yep, I remember that time when I was in school and they had the guest speaker and then like in the middle of their lesson some, you know, group of ruffians just barge in and threw some coins at her and said, "Give me a newspaper, you old hag." Again, huh? All I really know about is that she's stubborn as a mule. Zamaria got mules? I don't think we've seen a mule. I mean, we're not even entirely sure horses are real. The debate's still out on that. I mean, whether they're, you know, flesh and blood beings given a soul by the goddess. I mean, we know they exist, but, you know, are they real? She's pretty fun to listen to. She's lived a lot and seen a lot, but she's still got plenty of stories to tell. And my hat's off to Sister Myria, too. She planned the whole thing. Grandpa told me about that. Mom was telling me about Rivers. She wants to buy... What does Riverside Market mean? You mean Riverside Market, little lady. Central Marche came around about the same time. Nowadays it's split up into these 9 districts. This again tells some really cool stories. Want to hear them? We'd love to. We're in the middle of work. Then why are you interrupting my class? We literally only get 1 day of the week to learn, and half of it Van spends talking to the children, interrupting their learning, alright? Only 9% of us grow up to be literate. Okie dokie. Miss Jen, I have a question. Have you always been running a candy shop? I sell tobacco, not candy. Ain't for kids, you hear? Back then, though, well, can't get too deep into that. I was pretty popular, is all I'll say. History's just, I don't know. I don't like it. Killer? Killer? All hands? All hands? Execute the child? Send her to the mines? Then my mom and dad named me after Sheena Dirk, of all people. How was it to fill her shoes? I just want to be an ordinary girl. Why did mom and dad have to name me after her? You'll stick with that name and you'll like it, you ungrateful little... I wish I had a name like a book character, not some old history thing. Look her forehead? Jen makes history really interesting. Her stories don't feel like a class at all. I'll try and pay attention today. Try and pay attention. Hey, so the Revolution Festival's coming up, right? The Revolution Festival? Of course it is, you little brats. Remember the date. What's up with her? Hey, she probably fought in the damn war, okay? I asked Jen for help today with today's special lesson. I'm glad I did. She just has so many fascinating stories to tell. I learned a thing or two myself. And my goodness, the kids had so many curious questions for her at the end. I knew I was right to ask her. Back when they had to rezone everything, they gave each area a number, starting at 12. Don't ask why, they just did. At the time, the main way of getting around was by horse and carriage, so the numbers made everything easier to understand. And that's why Vantail, with all the government offices, was given the number 1. Oh, so the numbers were added later. That makes sense. Pretty good with kids for a spinster. What? Is that supposed to mean, Sonny? Go on, Scram. Don't you got better things to do? Spinster, I'll spin your ass. Sheesh, I'd end up babysitting a bunch of kids. Whatever, I'll just ramble on for a bit and send them home. Over these last 2 weeks, I've made a point of being an ear for the town folks' troubles. I believe that's the first step towards overcoming their woes. Having someone who will listen can help them open up and understand themselves better. A broken heart does not easily mend. Many still carry those wounds deep inside them, unseen and untreated. I wish to give them a shoulder to lean on, an ear for their troubles. I wish to heal them, not just as a clergyman, but as a neighbor and a friend. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool, I guess. Today's Sunday school session was a rousing success, due in no small part to Sister Myra. She's grown much in her time with the church. I think she might be ready to take on more responsibility. Nobody's gonna say anything. Nobody's gonna go, "Oh, goddess of the sky!" I think that's the Eastern temples where that dude's chilling, because he goes, "Oh, Rusha!" Yeah? Yeah, we're listening. We're waiting. We're waiting. Spit it out. Spit it out, lady. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? Meow. Hey, oh, hey, is that the... Why, yes it is. I'd recognize that body anywhere. I seen you once or twice in the neighborhood. And is it just me, or do you... I just feel like I saw you somewhere else, too, but where? I'm Van, we talk every week. Oh, yeah! I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. Don't tell me he's figured it out. That's right, though. This is a apprentice singer I met a while back when I was a young lad. Now it's coming back to me. Got to listen to her sing just this wonderful chance that knocked me off my feet. You look just like her, I swear. Not as attractive, though. An apprentice, huh? Might be thinking of someone else. What is it? No big backstory or anything? Lame. I don't like where this is going, but I couldn't tell you why. I'll just butt out.
Well...
You guys didn't pick up what you guys don't know? Van, you should know. You know who her mom/grandmother is. I forget which one was the singer. I think it was the grandmother was the singer. Just a young man at the time. Heavens! She had me wrapped around her finger before I could say bravo! Made her debut around that time, and then her career's exploded overnight. She's a real big shot now, but to me, she'll always be that humble girl I saw on that little old stage. That sounds like... Oh dear me. I don't open that can of worms, so I'll keep quiet. Anya has a mom? Anya was just over the moon this morning, and apparently they're doing some special class at Sunday school today. As a parent, I'm happy to see the school so engaged with its students. I appreciate how they tweak and refine the lesson plans as they go. Yeah, said no parent other. Sorry, no school today. School's gonna be tomorrow. You're gonna have to take care of them. I mean, I guess you don't really do, like, take care of your kids in Zemuria. You kind of just let them fend for themselves or make them do work. Anya may be wise beyond her years, but she still has much to learn. I want her to soak up everything she can when she's still young and curious.
I appreciate you always...
I heard that you two have some sort of game you like to play when you're alone and in the bath. Master Begor would like to participate.
I'm really working up a sweat.
Ah, that was just what I needed.
You look nice and refreshed.
Yep.
Hey,
Okay, so we got one little place left, and then we can start. And we got to read the newspaper, but don't worry, I'll never forget. I've never forgotten to read a newspaper ever, probably. Ah, Mont hits the spot every single time. Yeah, we can tell, buddy. All my exhaustion from work just gets washed away. Hawk has been busy lately. Can't even get away on his lunch anymore. They're saying all that mafia business has been put to bed, but the insurance company he works at is still buried in claims. I can only hope stuff settles down by the time the festival rolls around. If not, kids are gonna lose it. Sorry, we don't have to cover the insurance policy. It doesn't mention anything in here by death by new prototype weapon utilized by a terrorist organization. Sorry, you didn't get that policy. You didn't get that coverage. We don't have to pay it. We don't have to pay it out. Sorry, that's the law. I want to talk to the robot. 3 days until the festival. We've got one last big push. Taste testing the special menu, ordering enough ingredients, managing reservations. There's a lot of work to be done, so time to roll up my sleeves and put my back into it. Bio shall assist activating support program. Man, having Bio around's a huge help. Agreed, and we'll help whenever we have the chance to. Let's make this Revolution Festival the best it can be. Thank you all so much. Expect some tasty treats. As thanks. Your hair just moved? You got hair powers? Place is really booming now, ain't it?
Okay.
Oh, okay. That was an interesting conversation, Anya. Sorry, not everything could be, you know, engaging enough for your Zoomer ass. Festival menu is always a big hit, but I can't help but get complacent. Gotta give it 100% every year, no exceptions. Make sure you guys get back early. Need some folks to taste test the new dishes I'm working on. Gonna put poison in Vans. I can't wait, your cooking's always so good. That got your attention real fast, huh, small fry? Me. Now me, I'm interested in the adult munchies. Got anything that goes well with the cold one? You can find out when you do your job, you little brat. He does like to chew Aaron out, but something tells me he'll have some snacks for him anyway. Gang's really settling in, ain't they? Aaron's already drinking the place dry. Can't rest on my laurels here. There's always pressure to come up with new stuff. Make sure you get home early today. Got some work in progress dishes I want you to taste test. Listen up, no slacking off. Got it? Wait, who's... Oh, that would be Rosette and Catra. I was like, who the hell is in the office? So that was what I thought was on the roof. Office is bound to face heavy traffic on the day of the festival. As such, I plan to organize our submission documents and perform other clerical work in advance. Feel free to entrust me with this work and devote your attention elsewhere. Well, the Ovalnet's experiencing a lot more overhead with the festival nearing. On top of that, they started testing for compliance with the new range protocols. That might be throttling the network a little too. Gotta adjust our network settings so that our service doesn't get interrupted. That reminds me, I found some weird lines in Fio and Xeris' activity logs. Evidently they started communicating with animals? Never expected them to develop those kinds of routines, but I'm interested to see what comes of it. New global robot dog empire. Alright, what's popping over this way? What's popping over here at the old request board? What type of quests they got for the old Vanny boys and crew?
Alright.
My son Curtis has recently started behaving rather violently. I'm concerned he may have been made friends with some bad eggs. I would like you to investigate what happened to him. I'll explain things over at my house in Old Town. Oh, that kid. Oh, yeah, did we not go in their house? I don't remember talking to them. Were you not there? There's still a lingering sink. I checked the other bulletin boards. Did I? Yeah, I mean, that's your house, but there's nobody in it. Presumably it's not just upstairs. That would have been an easy-ass quest if he had been. Yeah. Let's do something a little bit different. Let's take a dang old gander at the old side quest. You're Zora, right? You're the one who put the call out for us? We're with Arcot Solutions. Nice to meet you. Wonderful, thank you so much for coming. Please have a seat. I'll get some tea ready in just a minute. I was curious what a Sprigham would look like, you know? You ain't got no leaves or trees on you or nothing. You look just like normal people. I might have even seen you around town before. I talk to you like once a month, at least. Probably have. Our office is in Old Town. I know some stuff about you and your son. He's studying for the high school entrance exams, right? And you're kind of, I mean, I'm not going to say you're a terrible mom, but you're not really like a good one either. No offense. Wow, you weren't kidding. You really do know about us. But you're right. We're hoping he'll be able to get into Artemis Academy, so I've been having him rigorously study every day. How do you think Van got into Artemis Academy, by the way? You think Elaine just said he has to come with me, or do you think Van actually knows him book? Van read math real good. I mean, I guess he, you know, maybe has the Jesus juice in him, so I guess he's just as smart as Ren, maybe. His grades were in a bit of a rut for a while, but they have thankfully started improving. Not that I ever doubted him, of course. He's my son. Of course he's so capable. He keeps this up, he'll surely nail a spot in the academy at the tippy top of his class. Where's the or else part? I feel like in your dialogue there's been a lot more than or else type of atmosphere going on to the studying. Mom's real passionate about her kid's education. But right as he's starting to show some promise, the situation turns dire. Curtis has been behaving really strange as of late. He's become violent all of a sudden, yelling really loudly, hitting things. He's never done that before? I can see why you would be concerned. Back in my day, if a child disobeyed, we sent him to go live with the Jaegers, until that sorted itself out. Never in his life. He's always been a good boy. He must be in some awful company if he's acting this way. That's the most logical explanation. No, not really. I feel like we know more about your kid from our one monthly chat than you do. So, that's kind of an indictment against your parenting, lady. I take my eyes off him for a moment and this happens. That's why I need you. Please figure out what happened to my precious Curtis. So, what if he's gotten a little sassy? I don't want to curse myself mute if I was getting choked like this 24/7. That's why I'm glad I'm an anime character. My mom died. I don't really think it would hurt to look around a little. Just make sure he doesn't fall in with a bad crowd just to be safe. What do you think, Van? Should we help her? Maybe. Give me a minute to think about it. Alright, we'll take the case. Fantastic. Thank you so much. If you don't mind me asking, ma'am, where is Curtis right now? He's out buying some reference material. I mean, come on. I mean, according to Trail's logic, do you even really need a mom? Like, look at this couch right here. The only person who we know has a mom is a criminal. So maybe it'd be good if he just went out on his own. You know, I mean, it worked out well for all the other people except for Judith, the low-down dirty criminal. And we don't know about Regard. Maybe he had a loving family. Doubt. There's a bookstore in the Tile District we like to shop at. I imagine he's there. Or Fairy, I don't remember. Fairy, do you have a mom? Or has she just never been mentioned? I mean, I guess. Because you have a bunch of siblings that are younger than you. So I guess she just doesn't get mentioned. But look at her. She's a Jaeger. That's basically a criminal for hire. He's out right now. Perfect. Because I don't know if she's supposed to have, like, be out of the picture or she just hasn't really been mentioned. Which would be kind of weird. Because, I mean, she talks about her dad all the time. Well, we start with something else. Mind if we search his room? I ain't too hot on digging through a teen's room like that, but it's the most obvious place to start looking. Alright, get the hazmat suit. Deploy shards. I understand. You can search his room. Follow me upstairs. That's why he ran away, lady. Anything he's got all the good dirty mags hidden under his mattress? How did I know you were gonna say that?
Time to get our hands dirty.
Alright, Fair, you got kicked out of the party. You can't come upstairs with us. Now, I mean, I think it's fine. You know, you gotta learn eventually, but as long as, you know, you're not acting on it with people who are older than you. Here you are. This is Curtis's room. Thanks for showing us. Alright, let's get this done for the kids back home. Van and the rest started combing through Curtis's bedroom. At first, they found nothing of note that could possibly explain his violent turn of behavior. The only objects kept hidden were mock exams with failing scores. But a few minutes later... Well, look at that. Did you find something, Van? You bet. Take a look what I found tucked away inside the desk drawer. There's nothing there, Van. It's really tiny. A mint tin? It looks empty. I don't think I recognize the brand. Can you explain what it is? He's taking poppers. They sell tobacco-flavored mints inside these suckers. You only get them if you're smoking or trying to quit. I'd explain why it doesn't smell like cigs in here. Could have been chewing on those instead of lighting one up. They taste like what? They might not be the real thing, but only delinquents even think about smoking at his age. My poor Curtis, where did I go wrong with you? I thought I raised you such a good boy. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We might be missing something that explains why he had this tin. See, I thought it was going to be he's like taking like mental stimulants or something. Like drugs that are supposed to make you, you know, focus better. So that he... Because they did say that, you know, he started improving at his exams. And so maybe that was it, that he like, you know, feels such an immense pressure that he's like, I gotta use drugs in order to compensate, which would be kind of an interesting thing to explore. I know exactly why he had it. It's all my husband's fault. Him and that scandal of his got him demoted from the Bank of Edith. We were forced to move into Old Town because of it. If we were living in a safer neighborhood, my son wouldn't be straying from the path. Yup, because no rich kids turn out to be punks. My husband was supposed to start working at a subsidiary once he was out of probation. But where do I end up finding him instead? Montmartre! I caught him eating there again without a care in the world while I was out shopping. That filthy husband of mine. Always eating. Absolutely ridiculous. Has he been working this whole time or is he just pulling the wool over my eyes? I can't trust him anymore. Would you? Wow, she just keeps going. Anyway, this 10 gives us a good jumping off point. We'll keep sniffing around and see if we can turn up. Pardon my outburst. I'll leave you all to it. I'll be waiting for your report downstairs. What's the matter, Van? Did you notice something? Yeah, the tin still stinks. It's faint, but you can still get a whiff of it if you get real close to it. Van is gonna track him down, bloodhound style. Smells like an Orville hookah. Feels like a lifetime ago, but I recognize that smell anywhere. Oh, is he actually taking the illegal hookahs? Wait, really? Yeah, I thought we were finally done with that bullshit. Oh yeah, I guess that does make sense, the whole acting violent all of a sudden. Kind of forgot about that. That was part of it. I don't know if I'm more surprised with the Orville hookahs coming back or that hound's nose eaters picking up the smell. You mean the drug that A developed and peddled through Vegas films? I don't remember hearing about that stuff coming in tablets. Where did he get something like that? I worry for how his health might be affected. Alright, Chief, what's the plan? We go straight to the kid and get him to spill? No, we need to figure out where these things came from in the first place. Right now, the stays between us. Nothing good can come from his mom catching wind of this. The firecracker of a mom like that, I can only imagine. So we're talking about tobacco-flavored mints. Maybe a cigarette seller would know something. A cigarette seller, eh? If his father smokes too, that could also lead somewhere. Agreed. Might as well look into both of those. Mom said something about her husband eating at Montmartre. Well, I'll go ahead and get dinner ready. Your report will get here when it gets here. What kind of wretch would give Curtis those ghastly pills? Surely my poor innocent boy wouldn't stoop that low. He must have been coerced. Remember that time the lady was given a guest speaker and then after interrupting the lesson once already to ask for a magazine, the stranger came back in and said, "Hey, you know anything about experimental tobacco?"
Let me ask you something.
Sorry I interrupted class again. Can we have a quick chat again? We wanted to ask about a kid we've been hired to look into. Name's Curtis? Of all the times, I guess it can if it really can't wait. Let's go somewhere else. Van explained. They also explained his stark change of personality. Right, okay. Not gonna lie, I think his parents are making a storm in a teacup. Kid's not gonna turn into some hardened criminal because of this. Actually, did you know? 8 out of 8 studies from Big Tobacco say tobacco is actually good for you? How you like them facts, Van Arkride? But to answer your question, I do know who you're talking about. He came to my Tabasco kiosk about an hour ago. He did? Yeah, he asked if I had any tobacco-flavored mints for sale. I told him I don't sell them, and that even if I did, a kid like him shouldn't go anywhere near him. He got all huffy and started yelling and called me an old hag, which was nice of him. Wow, I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Damn, kid's got balls there to your face. What did he do after that? He said, "No, I'm not gonna go clean my room," and ran off. Beats me. My guess is he went looking for some other place he could sucker into selling him those mints. Makes sense. Thanks for the info. Mop Mart hits the spot every single... Okay.
Can we talk?
Got a minute. One asks you about your son. Van explained. What? My son's chewing on tobacco-flavored mints! By God, he's all grown up. Brings a tear to a father's eye. I can't believe it. He's never been the brightest at school, but he didn't think he'd be that stupid. Sir. As an aside, do you smoke it all yourself? Well, I mean, no. Why would I? The smell would only make our clients uncomfortable. Then do you have any idea why Curtis would be taking those tablets? Any idea at all? Oh, I know what's going on with him. Boy must be getting lazy, tired of studying for entrance exams, so he wants to take them as a distraction. What an embarrassment. He's getting real spoiled if he thinks he can get away with all this nonsense. When I was his age, I was so focused on my studies, I didn't even eat or sleep. And look how that turned out for you. Just wouldn't get Gehenna Zor doing raising our son for him to turn out like that. What's his problem? I get that he's mad, but he's still the kid's dad. Sounds like the parents themselves have some issues to work through. Parents like these, kid was gonna start acting out sooner or later. Thanks for the info. We'll get out of your hair now. Well, that's both people on our list. And none of it helped. Dad didn't tell us anything new about the kid and got no info to go on about those mints, so we just go to the black market the way we should have done in the first place. Guess the last stop's that bookstore his mom mentioned. He might not even be there, but can't hurt to talk to him if he is. If he's not, we can always ask the staff. They might know something. Which bookstore? Because there's a couple. I'm away from the booth. Please come back later. Don't try anything funny. I will catch you. Quincy brand chips. Now, with 100% less terrorist blood money being utilized to produce them. But with 100% less of the money from your favorite Quincy brand chip going to supply terrorists to murder people. Isn't that great? Isn't that nice? Don't you want a Quincy chip? Okay, so it's this bookstore. I don't know if maybe you meant the shady bookstore underneath the black market, which is where I feel like we should go, but you know, whatever. I ain't gonna try and pressure you guys into what you should do. You guys ever gonna do your damn job or what? I don't know what you and your agency have been up to, but it looks like the worst is behind both of us, knock on wood. Part the police was tasked with tracking down Associates of Almada, but that part's wrapped up for the time being. You know, Kieran was starting to worry about you when she didn't see you around here. Hey, I wouldn't say I was worried about them, just concerned about any complications it could lead to, that's all. I'll put it like this, certainly had our own work to do in that whole situation too, which you've now sorted out. That said, can't say I envy you guys having to jump straight into hunting down the remnants of those goons right after dealing with the decoration. Might have been part of the crackdown, but we didn't do all that much ourselves. We mostly shoot off all onlookers and asked locals for their cooperation. We went and searched through the citizens' homes. The OCID who handled the lion's share of things as usual. If anything now, things have settled down. The Revolution Festival might turn out to be more hectic for us when all's said and done. She doesn't know.
Well,
now that the Mafia crackdown's mostly behind us, our attention's finally starting to turn towards the Revolution Festival. This country's been through a lot this year. We've got to do everything we can to ensure the people of this city can enjoy themselves safely. During the alert, the locals here were all good about maintaining order and following the rules. I'm sure we'll count on them to help us out during the festival too, which means our main focus ought to be on the tourists coming to town. let's try and focus on the side quest, though. I wouldn't mind trying to finish this in the video,
Can we talk?
if possible. Honestly, it looks like they could be Curtis. Sit with the manager and see what she has to say. Yo, the name Curtis ring a bell by any chance, lady? Van explained the request he and the others received from Curtis's mother. They explained. Oh wow, poor Curtis. I had no idea he was going through all that. He comes here a lot, so one of my workers and I made a point of looking after him and helping him with the studies. Unfortunately, I couldn't tell you anything about his personal life or those mints you mentioned. That's all new to me. That's okay. We appreciate you talking to us at all. If you don't mind me asking, could you tell us about the other worker? Ah, I recognize you. You came here a lot too. You're from Artemis, aren't you? His name is Albert. Well, you probably don't know him. He's kind of a loser. Absolutely. I can't believe I forgot that this is where he works. Albert, punching the air right now. He sure does. He and Curtis seem to get along really well. He would recommend reference books for Curtis to buy and whatnot. Between the two of us, I imagine Albert would know more about him than I do. Fat load of good that'll do unless we can track the nerd down. Any ideas where he might be? At this hour, he's probably either on campus or somewhere around the Auburn district. What are we waiting for? Let's go find him. That's exactly what we're gonna do. Fingers crossed he doesn't turn out to be a dead end. Okay. Alright, people of whatever district this is in, I don't remember the name. We will return. You will be talked to. Your secrets will be divulged. But for now, we're going to bid an early exit for the sake of side quest progression.
Taking off now.
Don't think I will forget about you.
This is almost over already.
Basically, you tried your luck with a bunch of girls and had 0 luck, and now you're in desperate need of someone to spend the festival with? This is ridiculous. Unsurprising, but ridiculous all the same. What are you even planning? Ah, come on, man. A sausage party's better than being all alone. You know, extra manpower means extra sex appeal, you know? The ladies will be flocking to us during the festival. Yeah, maybe. Unbelievable. Unfortunately for you, I made arrangements with the student council. I suspect Julian will also be busy. Nah, actually, I don't got any plans. I was hoping to have someone show me around the festival. In fact, maybe you would be willing to. For real? You could have your pick from all the hot babes at school choosing to go with me? Thanks, man. Julian, I freaking love you. You are utterly incomprehensible. Ah, Julian's such a chick magnet, it's unreal. How does he do that? I know, I'm gonna mooch off. I'm gonna show him around the festival and learn all his secret techniques. Not a boring day with Lyle around. My first Revolution Festival, so I'm hoping to get to really see the sights. Gotta make sure to make a lot of memories to share with my friends back in the Empire, where I'm from. I'm afraid the student council will be busy discussing other matters at length, so we won't have time for much else. Yeah, is that right? Can't bear to break a promise to a pretty lady, eh, Casanova? Stop teasing me. I didn't mean it like that. What are they talking about? Anyway, we'll be busy during the festival. Besides, it's an important day for the Republic. Don't think it's appropriate to spend it so irreverently. Flick his forehead.
Can we talk?
Sorry to call you all of a sudden, Albert. It's all right. Looks like you need something discreet. I'm discreet. I'm so creep. I mean, something like that. We're looking into someone right now. Do you know Curtis? Van's team told. They also mentioned how he changed recently. Damn it, I knew something was up. He'd been acting strange lately. Maybe unstable is the best word for it. It was very different from his usual self. How long have you known him? You know I don't really want to help you. I guess I noticed around late October, early November. Alright, pop quiz number 2. What month are we in? He was pretty down in the dumps for that, saying he lost motivation. Then he started being all excited for his studies all of a sudden. Something was off about it though. I don't know where the enthusiasm came from. Thank you for letting us know. Have you heard anything in particular about his friends? As if he was hanging around the bad crowd. Nah, not really. Didn't look like it anyway. Maybe it's not quite that. I remember someone that looked like him hanging around the back streets in the Tyrell district. Since it was that night and the guy he was talking to looked real shady, I just kinda assumed it couldn't be Curtis. Damn it, maybe that's the guy that... Stop mumbling out with it already. We've been warned at school to watch out for a suspicious man that hangs around Tyrell's back streets. He apparently sells tobacco and hard drugs to young people. Hell yeah, what's his number? Ain't that right, Aaron? Well, that's what the rumors say anyway. I should have made the connection earlier. Curtis could have bought the tablets from him. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe he was going to meet him today when he said he was going to the bookstore. Looks like it anyway. Next stop, Tyrell's back streets. I'm glad I could be of help. Please do something for Curtis. Thank you for your help. You teleport
No
back?
outsiders allowed, huh? Guess that makes sense.
Not like there'd be much to see. It's a day off, so there are hardly any students around.
Day off, day schmoff. What day of the week is it? Oh, it's Sunday? Isn't that the one day you guys are supposed to be schooled? Only the rich people can afford to have school on weekdays. Alright, I see how it is. Where am I going? Okay. Goodbye, Auburn District. We will return. I will learn your secrets. You cannot hide from Van Arkwright. There he is. That's gotta be the seller, right? He just looks like it. Well, no way to find out. Pose a customer and try talking to him. You guys hang out here. If we approach him as a group, we'll probably get spooked. Makes sense to me. Good luck, Van. Whoa, hold on a minute, Chief. We're talking about a guy who deals to kids. He's not gonna sell an old fart like you. You never miss an opportunity to remind me that I'm older than you, do you? I have a point. If his client base is students like Curtis, I'm sure as hell I'm out. Hey, Fairy. Your dad probably gave you worse shit, right? Oh, Van, don't let Aaron get to you. You're still young. Yeah, don't worry about it. You should be more confident. You still got a few years left in you. I agree. I'm not the best man for the job. I ought to be someone who looks rebellious enough to enjoy taking drugs, or else our guy won't bite. You're up, kid. Show the old man what a young punk like you can deliver. Hell yeah, I'll deliver alright. Just watch and learn. Alright, I'm gonna need some money for it, though. Yo, dude, heard you could hook me up with some good shit. That true? Who the hell are you? A good friend of mine told me all about you. Said you got some kick-ass mints that can get you high. Emphasis on the kick. Mind hooking me up with some? I'll pay whatever you want if that's good. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, man. That lanky-ass school kid fill you in? I'll let you in on a secret. That stuff originally came straight from some pharmaceutical company. I hadn't heard of them before, but I guess they got busted by the caps or something like that. They were out on the market for only a hot minute before they were taken off. I just sold the last of my stock to that kid a little while ago. You kidding me? All that talk, you got nothing to deliver? Way to let a guy down. You got any meth? Oh, I mean, if you wanted meth, yeah, we got that in spades, brother. Hey, trust me, I'd love to have more so I can make even more money. It is what it is, partner. Seems like that kid's developed a real dependence on him, though. I tried telling him when I just told you, but he got all pissy with me. Told me to give him more for chucking what he had like a little baby. Stuff like that's why I frickin' hate dealing with addicts like him. They always gotta make everything hard. Also, the way they're 12. Bingo, so the kid really did just come through here. Sounds pretty shitty, yeah? What did he do after he threw that temper tantrum? I suspected some other stuff to try, but he wouldn't listen to me. Only one of those mints, it seems. Told him to try the Blacklight District. Oh, wow. The Blacklight District, the place you should have gone from the start. He even told him how to get down there for good measure. Hopefully he'll leave me alone now. I mean, I guess it kind of, like, them assuming that he wouldn't know how to get there makes sense, but... A Blacklight District, huh? That's a good idea. I definitely see someone down there hawking that stuff in some dark and dingy corner. Is that all you have to do? Just those mints? I got plenty of other perfectly good stuff, you know. They'll even give you a free hit. You should try it. Nah, man, I'm good. I was only interested in those mints. Great, thanks for nothing, asshole. What a waste of time. No, I think I'm gonna try selling somewhere else today. Scene here is deader than a stuffed palm. Nice work. Sounds like you got a lot of that dirtbag. I'm just gonna give an idea where Curtis might be now. I bet we can guess where those mints came from, too. Probably a dummy corporation set up by A. All we need to do is find the kid and hear his side of the story. Seeing he's on his way to the Blacklight District, let's focus on dragging him out first. We can question him after that. Sounds good to me. A place like that's gonna be dangerous for a kid like him for long. Let's track him out and get him out of there. Okay, this quest has involved a lot more travel than I expected. Finally found you. You're Maja, right? The herb seller? Tell me you got the mints I'm looking for. I don't think I recognize you. You look like you came from the surface the way you're dressed. I hate to break it to you. I don't stock that garbage. Honestly, you should really quit taking those things if you know what's good for you. Liar! You have those mints. I know it. If I don't get my one of those mints, I'll be mintless. Bingo. And this is where we find our Poindexter. What do you want? I could swear I recognize you from somewhere. Yeah, you're that strange man who always breaks into my room at random hours of the day. You're Curtis, right? Clearly something's going on with this kid here. Mind filling me in? Sure is. Mom sent a quest hour for us. Van and company brought the two up to speed. AKA, they explained. They clarified the mints Curtis had been eating were reportedly laced with illicit substances. Why, I didn't hear anything about that. All I knew is they were hard to come by. I thought they were ordinary mints. They just happen to taste like tobacco. There's more to them than that. Much more. Well, you know what, man? Your leg's gonna fall off. I heard they were manufactured by A and that they leaked out into the streets before the cops did their post-Tharbad roundup. CID stamped out their pipelines, so they're not being made anymore. It's only a matter of time before they're off the streets completely. That's a relief. I think somebody would like take them and try and reverse engineer them. I get you, kid. I like to rebel against your parents, but hard drugs aren't exactly the gotcha you think they are. It's not about that. I'm not trying to rebel. I need those mints. Why can't you simpletons understand? It's not worth damaging your body. You really need to stop. You're already showing side effects, bud. That outburst there? Probably the mints making you irritable and prone to withdrawal. Like it or not, those things are having an impact on you. They're only going to get worse the longer you're on them. I know that for crying out loud. I know they're dangerous, but I gotta take them. If I don't have them, I can't study hard enough. Okay, so he is taking them as stimulants. If I can't study hard enough, I'll fail my entrance exam, and then I'll just be another stupid kid like all the rest. I don't even want to imagine how my parents would react if that happens. They'll yell and scream and maybe kick me out of the house. My life's over, isn't it? This poor kid, I feel awful for him. This poor kid's been driven into a corner. We have to hold his parents accountable. No middle schooler should be stressing like this. Fear not, young man. The mines will put you into shape. As long as they're on this case, we won't let your parents unjustly punish you. That I promise. I think a just punishment would be the mines, personally. Okay, I didn't sign to be this family's counselor. It's pretty clear to me the parents share some of the blame here. We're gonna need to give them a talking to. I know you're gonna like this, but I need you to be part of that discussion with us, okay? If you don't mind me asking, do you know who sold those mints to him in the first place? We do, actually. Blonde guy with a goatee. Seemed like he had the habit of slinging his stuff around town. Him? Should have figured. Don't you guys worry. He hasn't been on the streets for long. I'll be sure to remind him of the rules we have here. Frankly, if he's going around selling drugs to children, he won't be on the streets for long. Thanks, we'd appreciate it. Saves us the bellyache of having to go find him again. Or ball ache, actually. I probably ought to report back to Rim before doing anything else, though. Now that we're done here, let's swing back to Ramadi's place and fill in on the details. Ramadi? Good idea. Maybe we can take a look at Curtis and diagnose. They got me fucking globetrotting. Van and company quickly got to work paying Ramadi a visit and filling him in on the Minty mystery. Having previously analyzed the ingredients found in the orbital hookahs, Ramadi was able to prescribe sorely needed medicine for the boy. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. And once Curtis's symptoms subsided, Van contacted his parents. They agreed to reconvene at the family's home so the group could report their findings. Alright, now that everybody's here, we can get started. Well, what did you find? Was I right? Has Curtis made some bad friends? I'm sure it's some typical rebellious teenage phase. Let's go with what we found, and then we can take things from there. Van began by discussing how Curtis brought the tobacco-flavored mints from a dealer on a whim. Curtis sooner developed a dependency on them, since his academics improved when he used them. Van also brought up how the mints were laced with drugs. Though the side effects were light, Curtis soon started taking prescription medicine, thinking it would cure him. This is all so much to take in. I feel so dizzy simply thinking about it. I think my own son would be taking prescription drugs. He's even worse than I could have imagined. Honestly, go fuck yourself. I'm very disappointed in you. Is this a thanks I get after supporting you in your studies unconditionally? What do you have to say for yourself, young man? Keep it down, will you? Do you want the neighbors to hear you? As you forget your father just started working again? I ain't got time for this nonsense, and yet here you are causing me nothing but problems as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. Hey, we can kick Aaron out and give you a room, kid. You know? That seems to be the easiest solution here. Probably had to beg for some time off work to come have this conversation with you. You even aware of what I'm going through? Sorry. I'm honestly surprised at the total lack of shame here. So am I. Are you actually sorry for what you've put us through, young man? I trust the police aren't going to have to get involved at this point. The last thing I need is for my son to get arrested, and that'll really get me fired. You two got it all wrong. He's not the one to be ashamed of, it's you two. You should be mortified. Guess it's up to you. Can't force either of you to feel guilty. Get guilty? What should I even feel guilty for? Don't try and change the subject. Curtis is the one acting like a delinquent. This ain't about us. On the contrary, this is all about you folks. And you forget already. You asked us to figure out what your kid changed. We're serving you the answer on a silver platter. Curtis was hitting a dead end with his studies and felt like he was being driven into a corner. That may be true, but maybe he should have just been smarter. I fail to see what that has to do with either of us. Since you're not getting it, I'll spell it out for you. Son didn't fall in with a bad crowd or change because of some damn mints. It's all his parents' fault. Neglectful pair that failed to notice what was going through. Or what he was going through. Or maybe he just didn't want to. I know I wouldn't like where this conversation was headed. Where did I fail as a father, huh? Have you two ever stopped to think about how Curtis feels? I don't know everything about your family, but it looks like you two only worry about what you want from him, not what he wants. And who are you thinking you can tell us how to run our family? You don't have the slightest idea how hard I worked for this. Also, Curtis could get into a prestigious high school. His future would be set. What have you done exactly? Exactly. You know how much money I spent on textbooks and mock tests? I've done all that despite my work situation. This conversation's getting nowhere and fast. Should have known they wouldn't listen. If we're wrong bailing out and leaving the kid out to dry, though. Not only my style, but I guess it's time for a little marriage counseling. What should I tell him? I don't know if a divorce actually solves the issue because they're both kind of pieces of shit. I mean, I think you could fairly argue that their hatred for each other exacerbates the situation. I don't like either of these. Because, like, what is bringing up their family bonds gonna do? They're selfish and self-centered. You're not just gonna be like, I mean, in theory, you wouldn't just be like, hey, you remember, you're a family. And they're like, oh, shit, you're right. I'm gonna stop being a terrible parent now. You know? That's not how that works. And recommending a divorce, I mean, you know, I don't really think there's anything wrong with a divorce, but I don't really think it would solve the issue. He's just gonna end up with one of the two, and then all their anger is going to be just on the kid instead of occasionally being at each other. So, I don't know. I guess bring up their family. I don't like either of them. I mean, maybe the only benefit I could see to recommending a divorce is that it's like a shock. As of like, hey, we just met you and we think your family unit is completely and totally dysfunctional. Like, maybe that would shock them into some self-reflection, but I don't really think that would work either. Alright, let's go for the goodie. Like, let's go for just the option that has the highest potential of a happy ending, which is triangle. Maybe Van just gives the greatest marriage speech of his life. Maybe talk about their family bonds. Like, they see to snap out of it. Has it even crossed your mind just why your son was desperate with his studies? You know, it's not even talking to my ass, but sure looks like he was just trying to live up to this lofty expectations of yours. That's not why. I just thought a good student should go to a prestigious school. And then you hit a brick wall. That's when you started turning those mints to get into Artemis. And at the end of the day, is that what you wanted? I mean, sounds to me like you really wanted was not let your folks down. You put in all the effort so they would finally acknowledge you. I don't know what to say. And while your son's busting his back to succeed, what support did he have? He had a mother that twisted her love and affection for a child into a leash, and a father acting only for his own self-righteousness without ever stopping to look back at his family. Honestly, none of you ever did. You two don't know the first thing about taking care of a kid. If you think that sad excuse for parenting is the best way to raise him. I'm sorry. I wanted to support you, but it turns out all I was doing was burdening you even more. I might have let it get in my head having so much power over managing your life. I failed you as a mother. I should have believed in you, and I didn't. Sorry, son. Thought it was my job as a man of the house to provide for my family, but that it was your mother's job to raise you instead. When I was demoted to work, I thought I'd failed you all. That's not when this all started. It began with me neglecting you. And what really should have been my role within this family. I think it's time for the three of us to sit down and talk as a family. Talk and figure out where it went wrong. How to fix things. You're right. It's time we stopped running from reality and started trying to work together. This shit would never fucking happen, by the way. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, it couldn't happen to a family in theory, but, like, if you're... These people are so self-absorbed that they wouldn't just snap back to reality that fast. I guess so. We really do need to talk. Glad things have finally calmed down. Had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. That was some fine work diffusing the situation. No one does it quite like you, Van. Nah, it wasn't anything special. Just did what I felt we needed to do to turn things around. Don't got anything else to add here. The rest is up to you. Don't worry about the whole drug deal. We'll take care of it discreetly so it doesn't come public. We'll get out of your hair now. Good luck, y'all.
That's a wrap.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Alright, that was not a bad quest. It went out kind of the way you would expect it to go. We're 444, by the way. Ain't that nifty? Well, we're well over time, so we're going to call it here. Next time we will I guess go back to some of the districts we skipped over and make sure those people get a good talking to. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.